The position of the legs make a difference with what part of the horse I'm dealing with or communicating with. If my leg is by the cinch area, which is right by the rib cage, okay, I can talk to the rib cage. The rib cage can be swing over to the other side. When a horse moves, the rib cage are swinging right and left, right and left. Every time the rib cage is on the right side, the left hind is stepped forward. And that's how the horse can move his hind leg forward, because he's not interfering with the rib cage. So rib cage to the right, left hind is forward. Rib cage to the left, right hind is forward. My legs always following the movement of the rib cage. So if I'm walking left, right, left, right. Now, if I want to start talking to the back end, I can move the haunches, which is be the area from the loin of the horse behind my saddle all the way back to the tail, by positioning my leg away from the rib cage, a little bit further back, and that's the cue for the horse that I'm not with the rib cage anymore, I'm with the haunches. With my rib cage, I bring that leg forward, okay? With the haunches, I swing the leg sideways. So rib cage position is come this way, take my leg further back toward the haunches, is going to swing the hip to either right or left. I put my left leg, is going to move to the right. I put my right leg, is going to move to the left. When we're talking about cues with my leg, I use my lower leg, which is my calf muscle, okay? And that's really where I really putting a lower leg. The spur is the last point that I'm going to give the horse to execute a maneuver. Now, the reason I use my spur is because I can set the horse up to make a transition and keep going with that setup forever. And he's not going to execute it because he didn't got the final print or the final touch that now I want him to do that. So my communication with the horse is I'm telling him, okay, we're going to pick up that left lead, but I'm going to tell you when. And we may be able to go like that for a long time, and I don't want him to anticipate it. I don't want him, because I set him up, that he's gone. He got to wait until I say now, because the now, it's be suspension period. The now is going to be what his right hind leg is leaving the ground, and that's where I keep my spur to pinpoint the time that I want him to say now. Now, the spur is really not a blood-sucking kind of equipment. It's a pinpoint. It's the pen that you ride, which has a little bit fine line there. And that should be the time I say, now, now, now. So my body tell him that, prepare him for the whatever transition I'm going to do. My final touch is going to be either here or down there, because those are the points that are really kind of a very to the point. It's a very important concept, because the spur is really the final decision that you make, that you want to execute a maneuver at a certain time in a certain position of the horse body. And it's very important to keep it for that way of communicating, because if you use it in between, you're going to lose it when you really need it. You know, by the way, the Spanish riding school have a special ceremony that they let their riders wear spurs, and they give them a gold spurs, but it takes like 6 years, I guess, for them to graduate to that point, because they don't want them to abuse that. And when they're ready for it, they let them use that extra tool.